President's longtime advisor, Valerie Jarrett, saying President Obama has been scandal-free for the 8 years he's been in office. We've got, remember this, National Security Advisor Susan Rice. Just one scandal we're talking about. She said this about the Benghazi attack.
What sparked the recent violence was the airing on the internet of a very hateful, very offensive video that has offended many people around the world.
With me now, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. He has sued, Judicial Watch has sued the government many times over scandals. First, Tom, I'd like to take a look at the scandals that Valerie Jarrett did not bring up besides Benghazi. The IRS targeting conservative organizations. Your group has been all over that. The DOJ seizing journalists' records. NSA mass surveillance, ransom payments for Iranian hostages, the Clinton email scandal. The list goes on and on. What do you make of Valerie Jarrett's comments?
Well, she's either delusional or dishonest, and I think it's a swipe at Trump, suggesting that he has something to be personally embarrassed about. And I have no doubt the president isn't personally embarrassed by any of those scandals. But the fact is they are scandals. Government corruption is at the forefront of American people's concerns about what's going on in Washington. And a big reason for that is because of what President Obama was doing here.
Right.
With the Obama IRS abuses, with Benghazi, with Fast and Furious, which is still a major issue for a lot of Americans. People died as a result of those Fast and Furious gun program that he ran and then tried to cover up by protecting his attorney general from a congressional inquiry that led to a contempt of Congress citation for his attorney general. This is Nixonian in terms of the scandal he's been involved in.
You know, there's been a backstory here. Even the New York Times has picked up on this, too, that President Obama, they called him tourist-in-chief, and he's done more to complete this important endeavor, more than any, there's some media outlets are saying, than any other president. His own personal bucket list for tourist destinations. Look at the list. It includes visiting Stonehenge, the Bob Marley Museum, Jamaica, the pyramids in Egypt, the Great Wall of China. You guys did the math. What did you tally? I think it's $96 million in Obama travel costs. Is that cost justified, Tom?
It's at least $96 million. No, it isn't justified. It wasn't all official business. Much of it was for political fundraising or, as you point out, luxury vacations on the taxpayer dime, and including trips to Hawaii for weeks at a time that are obviously unnecessary. And by the time his administration is through, the total will far exceed $100 million, and it's an area ripe for reform. Other presidents have gone on vacation, obviously, but Obama's egregious violation of the public trust in this regard highlights the need for reform there and is, again, scandalous. Is it the most, has his trips been the most expensive versus other presidents? Well, with inflation, for sure.
Okay.
It's a lot cheaper to send someone to Crawford, Texas, like we did with George W. Bush, or to Camp David, as opposed to sending the Secret Service and the military retinue that goes with the president wherever he is to places like Hawaii.
All right. Tom Fitton, come back on the show. We love having you on. Always terrific.